you ready?
Hey, it's DJ from csvape.com. Today we're going to be talking about the eVic Basic by Joyetech. The eVic Basic Kit by Joyetech. The Joyetech eVic Basic Starter Kit features the introduction of the smallest version 4.02 installed output device ever released. With its 1500 milliamp internal battery, 40 watts of maximum output with temp control, it gives a good balanced performance platform for the user. Included with each kit is the new CUBIS Pro Mini, which retains all of the features from the full-size edition with decreased overall size. Joyetech's eVic Basic Starter Kit is the most feature-packed, ultra-compact system available. All right, so the eVic Basic Kit, first glance, it does look like the eVic VTC back in the day or the eVic CUBIS Kit. Technically, it's what it is. I mean, it's just a smaller version of the actual eVic mini kit with the CUBIS tank, but they actually reduced the size of the CUBIS tank altogether, and it is a new version of the CUBIS. Now, it does first glance look like the CUBIS original, okay, but if you notice the difference between this one versus the original CUBIS is it actually has air holes on the side versus the air holes being hidden up inside of a crevice. This is also adjustable. You can rotate this either way. It does lock in either direction, so you can't keep going and close off the airflow completely. It goes from all air holes being open, which are 5 total, to 0 airflows. But I mean, you can't rotate it all the way around, pretty much is what it is. It has little tabs on the inside that doesn't allow you to do that. The 510 drip tip is removable for those who have custom 510 tips who want to use it on this tank. Just pull it off, of course. It's on with O-rings, double O-ring, of course, so it does not have that loose type of fitting or it slips off really easily. We all know once juice gets on those O-rings, it does become a nuisance as far as coming off way too easily and not staying on your tank itself. Now, this tank right here is the CUBIS Pro Mini, okay? Pro indicating the air holes on the side up top there. On the side it says the CUBIS Pro Mini, and on the bottom it has Joyetech. Now, we're gonna open this up and I wanna show you there's 2 ways to do it. Now, when you open just the top portion, this is where you would fill your juice here on either side. But keep in mind, before you do that, you want to make sure that you prime your coil. Okay, that's the most crucial part. We all know this. You don't want to put in a coil bone dry, even though the coil may be submerged in juice. A lot of people have the impression of, putting the coil in bone dry, filling up the tank, letting it sit for 30 minutes. That's a long time. I mean, what if you're craving, you need a vape right now? You're not gonna wait 30 minutes, okay? You wanna make sure you can vape right away. And that's exactly what you want with this device or any device that has pre-made coils for you. So you would prime your coil. What the goal is to do is on this coil, on the top, this is a 0.5. The 0.5s all generally look the same. They have the mesh on top with a small hole in the middle. Your goal is to saturate all of that cotton around the border, and then what I like to do is take the dropper or the squeeze bottle and actually put it right on top of that hole in the middle, squeeze really slightly so you get just a little bit of juice on the inside. Since if you consider this, the cotton is the cylinder shape, so if you just saturate the top, you're kind of neglecting the bottom portion of that cotton, and it's still gonna be dry, it's still gonna be burnt, okay? So do that, and then I'll show you how to screw it into the actual tank. So I'm gonna put this back on, and we're gonna take off the actual top cap, and this is where the coil would be screwed into. This is the chimney. It's very short. It's shorter than your average tank because, again, it is a mini version, so they have to take away some things to make it a mini version. So once you've primed your coil, you're gonna screw it into this chimney here. I'll show you right here. Screw it just like this, and you have your coil screwed in. Now, the tank, they do advertise this as a spill-proof tank. They compare it to, say, a glass of wine or a glass of scotch on the rocks or a glass of whiskey, whatever you want to call it. That glass is pretty much a square shape, or wine would be, of course, shaped differently. But it's not gonna leak out of the bottom. That whole bottom section is closed off and sealed. So that's exactly the same concept on this tank. Your juice will go nowhere. So it's leak proof. Considering you don't overprime your coil, of course, it will never come out through the top if you were to lay it down. So you would fill your juice from the top, which is best. That way you can get most of it in there. Because if you fill it up with the top cap off, you're actually losing out on juice capacity. So fill it up on the top once you prime your coil. This ring actually comes off for cleaning purposes, so keep that in mind as well. But once you get that back on, you can screw the top cap back on and prime it up and vape it and not wait 30 minutes. Don't wait 30 minutes. You don't want to wait 30 minutes, okay? Now, the menu system is very similar to the cuboid. We all know the cuboid. We're very familiar. Joyetech cuboid, Joyetech chip, Joyetech version 4.02, which is very common in the Joyetech products nowadays. So very, very common for this. The functionalities are the same. 3-button press, 1, 2, 3, to activate the blinking functionality to change the values. So right now I'm on temperature nickel. On the bottom, you have your adjustment buttons here. So I'm gonna press the right button, and that's gonna go to the next option, which is the TCR, temperature coefficient resistance, on manual mode 1. The next one will be power mode. The next one would be bypass, and you have your time and your date, and then it goes back to nickel. Now, if you want to change the value from, say, if you want to go into the actual portion of the temp control, for example, I'll use, and you want to not just change that, you want to change something within that option, you would go to the left button, press the left button, and that will change the actual value. So it'll go from the top to bottom, so now you can actually change your wattage, and you can change or lock the resistance, which is ideal for temperature control, and the amperage. You can change that to show puff count, the total time, and that's about it. So a lot of people will ask, what's the point of locking the resistance for temperature control? It's because the resistance changes based on the temperature of the coil. So there you go. You do have the USB cable that does come with the kit, the 0.5 coil that comes inside that I did show you, and this is the LVC, the liquid valve control. This one is not rebuildable, but you are able to, I'll show you actually closer. This one's not rebuildable, but you are able to adjust the juice control or the juice feed in the actual coil by spinning this this knurled section here. Let me see if I can show you. You can actually adjust that valve, open or closed, to accommodate for thinner juices, thicker juices, for those who like to have the juice flow a certain way. But yeah, this is the eVic Basic. Comes in your options of orange, white, stainless, red, black, and blue. You can check out the eVic Basic and other Joyetech products on csvape.com. My name's DJ, we're here to help you switch the habit.
Switch the habit at csvape.com.